Okay, hello everyone. I just thought I should do this quick recording this morning because I was listening to the news this morning and something caught my attention, and it is that one of the persons who is presently gaining momentum to become the a replacement to Boris Johnson as the next Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is by name Kemi Badenoch. And I really do hope that the name Kemi strikes a chord, rings a bell in. But if it doesn't, I'll call her birth name. Her birth name is Olukemi Olufunto Adegoke. Now, that should strike a chord. That is someone who is clearly not from around here. She has kept her Nigerian name. She has kept her Nigerian color. She hasn't had to change her name to Victoria Smith or Rebecca Austin or something like that. She hasn't had to bleach, to blend in. She has kept herself. Now, the most likely person, or the person who is has the highest chance, as I speak, of becoming the next Prime Minister is called Rishi Sunak. Now, from that name, you can also tell that he was not originally from around here. Now, why am I pointing at these things? I'm pointing at this because I'm trying to relate it to what is presently happening in Nigeria, the whole political movement and the journey towards 2023 in Nigeria. And I'm trying to compare these two societies because one of the ways to make progress, one of the ways to move to where you want to get to, is to look at someone who has gotten there and say, okay, I'll do what they've done to get there so I can get there someday. And so, it is not wrong for us to take a look at this country, the United Kingdom, and learn some lessons from them. This tiny island that has gone to be one of the most respected countries, one of the most powerful countries in the world. One of the secrets, one of the things they've gotten right is the fact that the system, and note I say the system, doesn't really judge people by the color of their skins, the names they bear, or their religion. Don't get me wrong, in every society, and that's not unique to this society, even in Nigeria, you always have those prejudiced people who we can refer to as racists every now and then. But the system would allow you to become whatever you want to become. And so, build up to 2023. We've got all kinds of candidates. We've got people with all kinds of shoddy records. We've got people who are obviously sick and unfit. And it's not like we don't have a history or a record or, very recent history to tell us how, we need to look away from these sentiments, tribal sentiments, religious sentiments. But it's unfortunate that it doesn't look like people are really getting the message. So, as far as I'm concerned, Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed. I remember the last time Baba Ahmed, contested for presidency. I just, every time I listen to the guy, I say, this guy has something upstairs. Now, the difference between these guys, Peter Obi and Baba Ahmed, and the other candidates is like light and darkness. And you see, one of the ways to judge politicians in Nigeria is look at what it's the accusations and what is out there against them. And so when you look at some of the candidates, we're talking about things like, this might not be true, but the kind of accusations and the kind of issues they've been dragging and dealing with over the years are things like drug dealing, corruption, theft. But for Peter Obi, the strongest things I've heard against Peter Obi are things like some people say he's a tribalist. And I listened to one of the current ministers saying, what's the use of saving money when there is no infrastructural development in your state? And that to me sounds a bit funny because of all the things he could have used against Peter Obi, the only thing he could use against him was that, oh yes, he saved money, but he did not develop his state, which some people have argued is not true. However, we're not looking for a saint. You see, 2023 is, in my view, and in the view of several other people, a fight for the soul of our country, Nigeria, a fight for the future of our country. if you travel out of the country and you see how backward we are, if you just sit back and see the kind of brain drain that is happening, how everybody who just rises to a certain level just gets out of the country and never thinks of coming back. If you think of the future of the country, you will know that the 2023 election is a fight for the future and for the soul of that nation, Nigeria. And so this is not the time for us to be talking about tribe and religion and ethnicity. This is a time for us to look at what people are bringing to the campaign table. What are they talking about? So while some people are saying, it's my turn, it's my right, some people are giving you facts. Peter Obi has sat down and told you how he was able to cut the cost of governance in Anambra State while he was governor. Now, one of the greatest problems we have in Nigeria, and I'm saying this because Peter Obi, I do not believe that Peter Obi is a saint. And anybody who thinks we can get someone who is a saint to become the next president of Nigeria is either dreaming or not sure they know what they are really talking about. So we're not looking for a saint. We're looking for someone who can at least solve one of the multi-layered, complicated problems of Nigeria. Peter Obi has told us how he was able to cut the cost of governance. Let me give you an idea of how bad this issue of the cost of governance is in Nigeria. Now, just a couple of years ago, the security vote for politicians, that's the money they give to politicians to protect themselves, was $670 million US. Now, that was higher than the annual budget for the Nigerian army. It was higher than the annual budget for the Navy and the Air Force combined. That was higher than 70% of the annual budget for the Nigerian police force. So, you see how that's, in my opinion, is supposed to be like a no-brainer. So, you are giving these guys security votes to the tune of 670 million USD. And the money that is supposed to be put into the development of the security infrastructure is not there. Now, if the only thing Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed are able to do for Nigeria is to cut wastage, I believe we would have moved a step closer to the destination we all aspire. And so, when I listen to people talk about religion, tribe, and other things as their reasons for not supporting Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed, I say these are people who have not really realized the extent of damage or the destruction that is staring us in the face. And every time I talk about this thing, it reminds me of this Nigerian proverb. The thing with proverbs, if you translate them to English, they lose their strength. So I'm going to first of all say the proverb in Igala, my local dialect, and then I'll translate it. So it says, "Makunyiwa feju afeju akiwa maja." What that means is, you are helping a homeless blind person to build a thatched house. And the homeless blind person is hiding the straws and making it impossible for you to build the thatched house for them. That's exactly what is happening in Nigeria. We are getting an opportunity to rescue the future of our country. But what are we doing? We're making it impossible for these guys to do it. I mean, for some people, those who have taken my time to discuss with about this Peter Obi, Dati Baba Ahmed issue, are those who say, yes, we know this guy is competent, we know this guy is able to do it, but it is not feasible. The present Nigeria is not fit or is not ready to have a president like these guys. But again, I ask myself, we're talking about a country where the largest percentage of the population is the youth population. And we saw what happened during the NSAS movement. If that energy of NSAS movement is channeled into supporting these guys, trust me, they will win. I have been a bit relaxed about this because I've also at some point thought, how feasible is this going to be? But again, you can never win a lottery if you don't buy the ticket. Why not let's take the chance? Why not let's just go all in and see how this works out? The truth is, even if Peter Obi doesn't succeed with the support of the youths, at least a clear statement will be put across to this show the oldies that the youths are waking up, and that maybe not 2023, but in the nearest future, the country would be completely led by the choice of the people. We saw what's happening in Sri Lanka. The people can rise up and take back their country. And so, we have an opportunity, a non-violent opportunity of using our PVCs. Let's not be discouraged by this argument of feasibility. Like I said, you cannot win a lottery except you buy the ticket. Let's go ahead. Let's cast our votes for our conscience, for our future, for our tomorrow. And let's see if it works out. And for those of us who this might not affect in any way, who would continue on the tribal and religious line, I remind you of this old proverb where it says, he whom the gods would destroy, they first make mad. And this madness is when you see yourself voting against or acting against your own good. I don't think there's a better definition of madness than that. And so when you look at these facts before you, and all you can still think about is tribal religion, then I'm sorry, I can only say you're on the path to that destruction that comes after that madness. And so please re-examine your ways. Let's take back our future, for crying out loud. Yes, some of us might be out here, but if you have a country you're proud of, it affects how you're viewed. A black American somewhere is not treated the same way as a black Nigerian or a black Ghanaian. The difference is not their color, it's where they are associated, the country they are from. A great Nigeria automatically means great Nigerians. And so please, I just hope that this would touch somebody's mind and would maybe give us a better future and a better tomorrow. Thank you very much. But not just see me once again, it's my name. See you again shortly.